let's move to another idea that some are saying is dumb, and others are saying, yo, this is the way forward. And not just because they're my team, because it's a hot story. The San Francisco 49ers. If you're John Lynch, you're Kyle Shanahan. And by the way, I looked at the schedule ahead. If the Niners win 4 of their last 5, which I don't think will happen, the teams in that division still play tough teams. I wouldn't be shocked. If you want to take like a wild futures bet, 49ers make the postseason. If you could get a great value on, because, yeah, they played the Lions. Outside of that, they could win the other 4 games. It's like the Bears, Rams, Dolphins. So it's not crazy where the Cardinals and Seahawks have to play Minnesota, Green Bay. Like, there's tough games there, and they have to play each other. The 49ers, likely, though, I'm guessing 9-8, 8-9, miss the postseason. Now, there's 2 trains of thought. You pay Brock Purdy. He's proven that with the talent or without, he is clearly an above-average NFL quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give him props that even during this season where they're playing terrible and dealing with a lot of injuries.
A multitude of injuries.
He has avoided really all criticism. No one has. I've never heard anyone say he's the issue or he's the problem or he's the reason. If anything, he's keeping it together, and he's rising above the fact that that team's injured. So he's proven himself more this year than I'd say in previous years. One could argue that.
I mean, he's had some bad games, but no
he's
one's
not the reason.
No one's saying the Niners, it's all Brock Purdy's fault.
Hooba stank not singing about him.
So the reason is not him.
The reason's not him.
But here's the question. When you do have aging stars and stars. McCaffrey not getting younger. Debo Samuel. Trent Williams is still the best, but that clock is ticking. The 49ers are a bunch of aging future Hall of Famers. I think they have gas left in the tank, but they can't take a road trip is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
There's gas left in the tank, but they're not driving to Vegas. They got to stop in like Bakersfield.
They're going to stop in what is it?
Primm, Nevada.
Primm, Nevada. They're going to stop by Whiskey Pete's.
They can't make it all the way.
They're going to go to Buffalo Bills first.
My point is, the Niners still have gas in the tank when healthy. But do you worry about making your team deeper without Brock Purdy? Or do you say, no, make this team deeper. Don't give Purdy $50 million a year, maybe more. Draft a quarterback. See what the free agent market looks like for some of these journeymen. The 49ers are still in that. I think they're still in that little window where with some adjustments they could win. You said it about the Eagles. We thought the Eagles were done. We thought Buffalo was done, right? How many people? I saw Rich Eisen the other day. He's like, listen, I apologize. I thought it was the Dolphins and Jets, and I wrote off Buffalo thinking McDermott and Josh Allen, that was done. They may win the Super Bowl. 49ers have the ability to turn this around. I truly believe that, even without my 49er fan goggles on.
So next year, better off with or without Purdy.
Do you go forward and say, we're going to make this team deep, but go with a lesser QB because I believe in Shanahan's system? Or do you say, hey, listen, Brock Purdy's earned it? And then there's option 3, which is, I think, a little cold-blooded. You could make Purdy play for $1.9 million and give him that 1-year tag. Would that be dirty?
If the NFL 2025 draft was held right now, the Niners would be picking 14th.
Yeah, you want to take that chance? This goes back to is it the system or is it Tom Brady, right? Is it the coaching of Bill Belichick or is it Tom Brady? Years later, Tom really solidified the answer to that question.
But you know what, Covino? I think I've heard
I think it's the combination of both.
Not just,
I think Purdy's proven that he is better than people gave him credit for.
No diggity, no doubt. But I think what we did learn also is that the minute I'll be honest, like football moron, the minute some person with very little insight says, they should move on from Kyle Shanahan. I agree with not only our show, but multitude of high-level people that said if Kyle Shanahan was let go, 80% of the league would fire their current coach to get Kyle Shanahan. You don't get rid of Kyle Shanahan on a down injured year. So Shanahan, John Lynch, that's a combo you want to keep around for a decade and build around and see if you could revamp. The way the Golden State Warriors, the way the Patriots, the way franchises, the only difference is the Niners haven't finished the job.
Well, let me answer the question before we move on. Based on the fact that you'd get the 14th pick, I'd say you stick with Purdy. I'd say you even tag him. You stick with Purdy.
Give him the bunk deal and be like, yeah, you're sticking around for like $2 million.
Yeah.
Prove
Let Purdy
yourself.
continue with a healthy 49ers team. He sort of earned it as well. He's still young. That's the other plus side of Brock Purdy. He's young, doesn't have a lot of wear and tear. He's healthy. He'll have his team back. They'll be healthy. I don't think you take that 14th round chance. If you got your
14th pick chance.
14th pick chance, I'm sorry, when you have all your high-profile players coming back ready to go next year. No way. That's too much of a risk.
What would you do is the question.
I think Brock Purdy was just, I don't want to say an anomaly, but he really seized that moment of gaining the respect of a lot of veteran players because he proved himself and he played well. To think that another young player is going to step in and be able to do the same thing, that's really asking a lot of a young player with a lot of veteran superstars.
Let me throw a name at you.
Like Brock, that's what made Brock Purdy special, is he immediately won everybody over and he played well. Not everybody's going to be able to do that.
Let me throw a name at you. And you could say, well, been there, done that, but not really. What if I said Sam Darnold? Sam Darnold was the backup last year in San Francisco. Shanahan loves him. He knows the system. Minnesota clearly is going to move forward with J.J. McCarthy at some point. And we talked about it the other day. Does Minnesota really want to pay Sam Darnold when they know the future is somewhere else?
But now you're changing the question,
But
right?
now, but
you're
I'm saying,
would you rather pay a Darnold or pay a Purdy?
but I think Darnold comes cheaper than Purdy.
Really?
Do you? I think so.
I think they're like
Equal?
about even, yeah. I mean, what do I know? But that's what I would.
All right, you know what? Let's get
Yeah,
to
you'd be better off leaving your guy in place with a system that he's already perfected.
I agree. Yeah, I think you keep Purdy in that situation.
You know what a lot of people
Who knows
think,
it
though?
better than him now?
A lot of people that are seeing the success of Sam Darnold, 9-2 in Minnesota right now, you know what they're saying? Had he took over for the Niners last year,
He
would have done exactly what Purdy did. So your thoughts, what did the 49ers do with the quarterback position, assuming they don't make the postseason, they don't somehow luck out, sneak in, and maybe win a wild card game? If the 49ers are out, 9-8, 8-9.
Well, is there some buzz that Brock Purdy you think is cramping the 49ers? Is that some of the buzz, some of the talk today?
I just think the cramp is the money you'd have to give him. And then you start thinking like, oh, look what the Cowboys happened when they paid Dak all that money. And, you see teams eating up so much of their money with a QB, and that's been the Niners' advantage.